All right, you backyard BBQ adventurers, let's talk brisket. Taking that really tough-looking cut.
Yeah, the beast.
Exactly. And turning it into something absolutely incredible. The star of the show at your next cookout. We're aiming for, total brisket mastery today.
Yeah, it's the goal. We're really diving deep into smoking brisket. The art behind it, but also the science, what makes it work.
Yeah, absolutely. So think of this as your mission, if you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Which I bet you are. By the end of this, you'll have a much better handle on how to get that wow factor brisket every single time. It's more than just cooking. It's a real achievement, a rite of passage almost.
It really is. And it all starts with understanding the cut itself, right? The brisket comes from the breast, the lower chest area of the cow.
Okay.
It's a muscle that gets a lot of work, so it's naturally tough, full of connective tissue.
Which is why smoking is so perfect for it.
Exactly. That long, slow smoke.
Yeah.
It just transforms it, makes it tender, packs it with flavor. It's pretty amazing.
And it's got history, too, right? This isn't some new trend.
Oh, definitely not. Modern brisket smoking, especially, owes a ton to Texas cattle drive history. It started practical, and evolved over time into this whole culture.
Yeah.
Competitions, backyard passions.
Like a serious thing.
It is. And you've got these, legendary figures who've shaped it. Aaron Franklin in Austin. Franklin Barbecue.
Yeah, the lines.
The lines and a James Beard Award for barbecue. His whole approach, it seems simple on the surface. Good meat, salt, pepper, really precise temperature control.
But it changed the game.
It really did. He showed what was possible with that focus.
And then there are other big names, like Myron Mixon.
Right, the winningest man in barbecue. A world champion many times over. He's also written a lot, shared his technique. So you get different perspectives, different methods, all aiming for greatness.
So pulling from folks like them, it seems like smoking brisket is, well, it's part art, part science. You need the feel, but also the know-how.
That's a perfect way to put it. That low and slow cooking isn't just a catchy phrase. There's real science there.
Let me break that down.
Well, it's about breaking down collagen, that tough connective tissue we talked about.
Yeah.
Cooking it at low temperatures for a long time gently converts that collagen into gelatin. And gelatin holds moisture, makes the meat incredibly tender and juicy.
Ah, okay. So that's the magic behind the tenderness. And low means what, temperature-wise?
Generally, the sweet spot is somewhere between, say, 225 degrees Fahrenheit and 250 degrees Fahrenheit.
225 to 250 F. Got it.
Yep. That range is ideal for that collagen conversion without just, blasting the moisture out.
And the slow part, how slow are we talking?
Oh, it's a commitment. Depending on the brisket size, thickness, you could be looking at anywhere from 10 hours to, sometimes 20 hours or even more.
Yeah, okay. Patience is definitely required.
Patience is key. Absolutely.
All right. So smoker set, patience is packed.
Yeah.
What are the, essential tips, the non-negotiables for a great brisket?
Okay, number one, got to start with the right foundation. Choose the right cut.
Meaning?
Look for good marbling. You want to see those little white flecks and seams of fat running through the meat, especially in the flat section. That intermuscular fat, it renders down during the long cook.
Like self-basting.
Exactly. It bastes the meat from the inside, adds tons of flavor, keeps it moist. Don't underestimate good marbling. It's crucial.
Okay, good marbling. Tip number one, what's next?
Number two, keep the seasoning simple, especially when you're starting out.
Really? Not some complex 20-ingredient rub.
You can do that, but honestly, a lot of the greats like Franklin swear by just kosher salt and coarse black pepper, a good heavy coating. It lets the quality of the beef and that beautiful smoke flavor be the stars. Sometimes less is more. Let the brisket shine.
Salt and pepper. Simple. Yeah. Okay, tip three.
Number three, control your smoke. You want smoke flavor, obviously, that's the point. Using a good hardwood like oak or hickory is classic for beef. But the quality of the smoke matters. You're aiming for that thin, almost invisible, slightly bluish smoke.
Not the thick, white, puffy stuff.
No, definitely not. That thick, billowing white smoke that's often incomplete combustion, it can make the brisket taste bitter, acrid, ruin the whole thing. Clean smoke is key.
Okay, quality wood, clean smoke. Got it. Number four.
Number four is the wrap. This is a big one, often debated.
Ah, the Texas crutch, some call it. Foil or butcher paper.
Exactly. So around the halfway point, maybe when the internal temp hits, say, 150, 165 degrees in Versailles, the brisket often hits the stall.
The stall, where the temperature just stops rising for hours.
Yeah, it's evaporative cooling, basically, the meat sweating. Wrapping it either in foil or unwaxed butcher paper helps push through that stall.
Okay.
It also helps retain moisture. Foil wraps tighter, steams it a bit more, can speed things up, but might soften the bark that nice crust. Butcher paper breathes a little more, helps preserve the bark better, but might take a bit longer.
So it's a choice, a trade-off.
It is. Depends on what you prioritize. Both work. Many top pitmasters use butcher paper these days.
Interesting. Okay. Wrap strategy. What's the final essential tip?
Number 5. Rest is absolutely key. Non-negotiable.
So when it hits that magic internal temp, like 195 to 205 degrees ROI, somewhere in there.
Yeah, when it feels probe tender, like sliding into soft butter, you hit that temp, but you cannot slice it right away.
Tempting, though.
Oh, incredibly tempting. But you have to resist. Pull it off the smoker, wrap it loosely or keep it wrapped, and let it rest. Minimum an hour. Even better, 2 or 3 hours wrapped in towels in a cooler.
Why is that rest so critical?
During cooking, the muscle fibers tighten and push out moisture. Resting lets those fibers relax and, crucially, reabsorb those flavorful juices. If you slice it too soon, all that amazing juice just pours out onto the cutting board. Resting keeps it in the meat. Makes a huge difference in juiciness.
Patience right up to the very end. Okay, those 5 tips are gold. Choose the cut, simple season, control smoke, consider the wrap, and rest it.
That's the core playbook.
But what if, someone's mastered that and wants to get a bit adventurous? Any outside-the-box ideas?
Oh, for sure. One thing you can try is adding coffee to your rub.
Coffee on brisket.
Yeah. Finely ground coffee. It adds this really interesting depth, a subtle bitterness that actually complements the rich beefiness and the smoke really well. It sounds weird, but it works.
Coffee rub. I might have to try that. What else?
Well, once you're comfortable with a whole pecker brisket, the next level is definitely making brisket burnt ends.
Burnt ends. Those are legendary.
They are incredible. Usually you take the point end of the brisket, the fattier muscle, after it's cooked for a while, cube it up,
Okay.
toss those cubes in some barbecue sauce, maybe a little more rub, put them back in the smoker in a pan for another hour or two until they get all caramelized and sticky and incredibly tender.
Oh, man. Like meat candy.
Exactly. Little nuggets of smoky, fatty, beefy goodness. They're amazing.
Yeah.
A whole other level.
Burnt ends. Definitely a goal for the dedicated smoker. Okay, before we wrap up, I love those little surprising facts. Got any mind-blowing brisket trivia for us?
I do. How about this? The Guinness World Record for the largest single smoked brisket. Any guesses?
500 pounds.
Try 1,200 pounds.
1,200. No way. How big was the cow?
Right. Imagine the smoker required for that. Just immense.
That's absolutely wild. Okay, what else?
Another one about dedication. The world record for the longest continuous barbecue. Like non-stop smoking.
Okay.
It was set by a team in Italy, of all places. They kept the fires going and meat smoking for over 40 consecutive hours.
40 hours straight. That's,
Yeah.
wow. That's some serious commitment to barbecue.
Isn't it? Shows the passion people have for this.
They're kidding. All right, so as we bring this amazing brisket journey to a close for today, what's the big takeaway, the core message for everyone listening?
I think fundamentally is that amazing brisket isn't just about following steps A, B, C. It's really about embracing the process. It requires patience, first and foremost. That low and slow thing is real. It requires precision, understanding your smoker, managing that fire and temperature. And it requires passion. You got to respect the meat, understand the smoke, and, don't be afraid to eventually add your own little touches.
Patience, precision, passion. I like that.
That's the heart of it.
So for all of you listening, think of this deep dive as just the start, really, the spark for your next brisket adventure. Mull over these tips, the techniques, maybe even those wild facts.
Yeah.
What clicks with you? Which idea makes you want to fire up the smoker right now? Think about how you can weave that into your own pursuit of that perfect crowning glory brisket. That's your challenge.
Go get 'em.
Absolutely. Until next time, happy smoking.